Okay, so I have not gone live on this channel and I don't know when, but I figured that I got a little bit of time, so I'd hop on here and we could chat for a bit. So we'll see if anybody shows up. Not really sure if notifications go out at a good enough level on this channel compared to my main one, but we're here to talk beyond the gates. If anybody comes aboard, you know the drill. If you can see and hear me okay, let me know in the chat and we can get this going because what? We are 54 episodes in, so I'm pretty sure we got a lot to discuss. So I see one person. Hello to you. Looks like we currently have 4 people watching. And like I said, this is just a hey, we're going to get together. We're going to talk about the show. You can hear me? Perfect. Now, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently there's a share screen feature. So from now on, when I do lives, if I want to show you something specific, I can pull it up and have it on my screen. So it's good to know. I've been, in the off season of Sisters, I've been playing around with different things to try to learn some new tricks before the show comes back. But yeah, this was a good week. I gotta admit, this was a decent 5-day week because the past couple weeks I've been bangers. I know people in the comments section have been saying that, hey, those 2 weeks where we got 3 episodes each were great. And I love that the story is taking its time. That, obviously the anniversary party and everything was like right here. Then we've slowly come down with the aftermath, yet there's still a lot of friction and tension amongst the characters, and it makes a lot of sense. And it just goes to show that this series is way more than Bill versus Danny. So yeah, for the few people in here, thanks so much for coming in. And yeah, make sure you comment. Do you have any particular subjects about Beyond the Gates you want to talk about? Any characters like that? Feel free, because the comment section on the reviews are just stellar. So I know that the few people we have up here, y'all got something to say. Yeah, Leslie is, well, she doesn't like the word crazy, remember? But I got to say, you can tell that out of all the actors, she is low key. Well, no, not even low key. She is obviously having the most fun playing this unhinged character. Hey, Marlon and Franco and Delimietis, do you prefer the 3? I'm not going to lie. 3 episodes is good. Here's the thing. As a content creator who's doing daily reviews, 3 episodes is great. 5 is a gamble because you run the risk of a lot of filler space. But personally, 3 episodes was great. I thought it worked well. It's kind of like, the Tyler Perry shows. I mean, when you look at a season of Sisters and whatnot, not all these seasons need to be 22 episodes. If they condensed it down to like 12, no more than like 15. If I wanted to be generous and say 15 per season, exactly. See, it's more than just once a week. And especially if Monday is a banger, you got Tuesday and Wednesday to like soak it all in. Then you get 2 more episodes in the weekend. So yeah, I think the 3 episodes a week was a very good move. Obviously, it was due to the soccer thing, but yeah, Martin surprised me lately. I don't think anybody saw his character changing the way he's did. And let's keep in mind, it might not be permanent, but I like the direction. I feel like the writers are probably going to, pull one over on us where he's this insufferable character at the beginning. Then he makes a heel turn and we start to like him. But then we're going to find out about this deep-seated secret, and then that's probably going to change how we look at him once again. So if that's the case, that's pretty smart. Do you like the new Ted? Yeah, I do. It's only been 2 episodes, so I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey, Keith is doing a better job than Maurice. I'm not saying that. It's only been 2 episodes. So let me just put it this way. Like I said in my reviews, from what we've seen of the new Ted, I like what I see. Good stuff. Why do you think Ted went to Leslie's? Is he falling for her again, or is this way to trying to play Sater? I think he's trying to make peace because Bill's warning is saying a lot. Because you know someone is bad news if Bill Hamilton is like, yeah, you better not underestimate her. So I think Ted was trying to do that. It did feel completely out of nowhere, but when I look at it from the context of, well, maybe he's trying to do it to make peace, kind of like in Sisters when Fatima was telling Zach to play nice with Karen so she wouldn't put him on a ridiculous amount of child support. Do you think Eva is actually Leslie's daughter? I love the theory about it where she's actually Nicole's daughter. I just got to see it play out in a way that makes sense. But I mean, there are parents. Well, I shudder to say the word parents, but there are parents or a parent out there who treat their child in the same way, usually resenting the child, especially if it's from a broken relationship. I like OG Ted the best. The new one is still good. Yeah, like I said, it's only been 2 episodes. Yeah, I mentioned this in one of my videos. I record a lot at once, so I forgot which one, but I think I mentioned how the new Ted is playing the role a bit more fidgety and unsure, but that makes sense when you look at Ted's predicament now, where he's in a space where he kind of doesn't really know which way to go. His life just turned upside down. So, oh yeah, I didn't mention this in one of my other. Well, it's a short I have not edited yet, but the first scene new Ted had with Kat, and this is just me speculating because this scene was great, but when Colby or when Kat was crying, part of me thought about it like, I wonder if those tears also reflect Colby because now she's acting with her new TV dad instead of her old one. So one could argue those tears could be from missing Maurice, the OG Ted. Now he's been replaced. So when I looked at it from that perspective, it gave the scene more weight because Ted's dialogue said it all. The fact that everything with Leslie happened before you were born, so the Ted Richardson you knew your entire life is still here, even though you look at me differently. And lo and behold, he's played by a different actor. What do you think is wrong with Bill? Could be stress, Parkinson's, stuff, mini stroke. I don't know. One thing I noticed is that Bill's hand only really tremors when he's in semi-stressful situations because you know he's the type that doesn't falter. He doesn't want people to see any cracks in his armor. But think about it this way. His hands didn't tremble when he was over at the Dupree place because, to be honest, he doesn't fear him. I mean, when he's interacting with Haley, or discussing matters about the workplace, that's when he gets stressed. I feel like that's the trigger. And I believe what his hand was shaking before Haley came into his office, right? And he was getting off a call. But that's because, you know, he mentioned that, hey, baby, I know we were supposed to go on like honeymoon 2.0, but Mike is gone. So now it's like we got to pick up the slack around here. The actress playing Kat's doing a great job. I can't believe this is her first on-camera role. Yeah, me either. Somebody in the comments pointed me in the direction of her website. She's done like a bunch of theater stuff. So, and she graduated from an acting school, one of the best. So, yeah, she's doing fantastic. Man, need my glasses. My sleeping pattern has been off. Man. Oh, yeah, the Stitch shirt, GameStop. I don't know why. I don't even really wear button-ups unless it's at church, but I figure, you know what? It's 84 degrees today. 84 degrees. Plus, my nephew really likes it because Stitch is awesome. Oh, yeah, I am looking forward to the live-action movie. Yeah, I know Chelsea did theater stuff too. I love the scene between Kat and Ted because under all the brattiness, it really hurts their parents are going through a rough patch. Yeah, I feel like Kat's whole thing is number one, she called Eva out from the start. Number two, both parents were hurt, specifically her mom. Number three, it was embarrassing. Number four, it was on their anniversary. So this is like, what did she tell Eva? A day that was supposed to be remembered, but now it's going to be remembered for all the wrong reasons. You did that, you're dead to me. So yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the thing though. During the first handful of episodes, the actors were finding their characters, they were finding their voice. So some of the acting is like much better than the early ones. I think one of the first scenes that had me going was the scene from week one. I know Danny was in the blue dress. I think that's when she came up in Bill's office with the golf club. She got on the elevator after saying something slick to Haley, and then she started crying like I'm like nah. But other than that, it's been great. Oh yeah, we all knew Smitty was going to do some digging to find that secret on Martin because he's an investigative reporter. He's intuitive. That's once he gets a hunch, he's going to go for it. I agree. This is the fastest I've seen a group of people improve on a soap. I feel like it's because, well, let's be real. When it's black, it has to be better. And on top of that, it's the first new soap in decades with a predominantly black cast. And this is one of those shows where I feel like this isn't to throw shade, but given that I review all the Tyler Perry stuff, this is one of those shows where it looks like everybody involved looked at feedback. And on top of that, the actors talk about how they watch live episodes sometimes and then they're like, dang it, you know what, I could have done a bit better in this scene or whatever. So even though they film like 100 or a couple hundred pages per day, it's done at a rate where the actors are able to give their best. Sometimes they don't feel like they did, but that makes them bring it even better the next time. So I mean, Martin, wait. Oh yeah. Oh, I understood what you meant. I want to see the detective again with Jacob's storyline. Yeah, they randomly switched that out. I don't know why though. I hope Kat and Tomas stay together. I don't trust Tomas. He's an interesting character. Really like your channel. My first time seeing what you look like. Funny seeing the voice coming out of a body. I hope that is not a bad thing. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. If you're unaware, my main channel, Our Kind of Entertainment, that's where I do all the Tyler Perry stuff. It's just that I was hoping Beyond the Gates would take that channel to an even higher level. But after 30 episodes, I realized like it's not happening because that channel is too wrapped around Tyler Perry stuff. So I decided, you know what? Let me use my backup channel as an outlet for the show. And so far, it's been pretty good. It took, a couple weeks, but at this point, my Beyond the Gates content on this channel is doing around the same level as my main channel. And looking at the numbers, episode 47, that is my highest viewed episode ever. Episode 47 is at 9,200 views. So I'm quite pleased with that. Glad to see a face to the video. Well, hope you're not disappointed. The creator of the show has been writing soap since the 80s. She wrote. Well, there you go. And you got people behind the scenes who are very experienced. And honestly, I kind of want to go back and rewatch the 5-part making of Beyond the Gates, because now that we're so deep into the show, I want to just see if there are things that I missed. Like, okay, did they hint towards this? And honestly, if you're curious, this channel, I still have plans to. This isn't just Beyond the Gates, because this list here are all the videos I have already recorded. I have not edited yet. Things like the Phineas and Ferb reboot, Varnell Hill getting a spinoff series, Papa's House, why it was canceled. Honestly, I wish I would have reviewed that show on this channel. If you want my Papa's House content, I reviewed every single episode, but it's on the main channel. I did do a video about Cassie and Diddy, so that might be a bit divisive, but I did do one. I did some about Shrek 5, Melanie from the Game, the Victorious spinoff. I got a lot of stuff. Then I got about 22 videos from my main channel. So like I got a lot of stuff. It's just that, folks, it's nice outside. I've been spending time outside, getting some steps in and whatnot. I do have my treadmill in my bedroom, but when the weather is nice, it feels good to get out of the house. And like I said, I am going to get this place fixed up. Love Beyond the Gates. Awesome reviews. Thank you. Where is that thing? Oh yeah, I do have my Beyond the Gates flags. I got two, but I'm only going to put up one. It's going to be right behind me on the wall, but I got to get my new shelves together. Like these shelves are going to go. These are going to go to my bedroom, and I'll put Blu-rays and DVDs on them. But I got these great like metal shelves that are a bit wider, and it holds more stuff and more weight. So all those totes will be more organized. So that's my goal. By the 17th? By the end of this month, I want to have everything together because I still need to finish my dang taxes too. But being self-employed, there's a lot of stuff I got to go through before I file. Papa's House is on Paramount Plus. Let me put it this way. It was not a good show. It has not been a good show. But I watched every episode. So my outlook is not biased, and I'm being honest. The cast chemistry really wasn't there. The show dealt with budget cuts like halfway through. And on top of that, every episode ended with like 2 to 4 minutes of bloopers. That's funny the first time, but when you look at how episodes are like 20 minutes long, you waste almost like 17% on bloopers when that could have been used for stronger writing. You've been killing it with the Beyond the Gates reviews. No, for real. I really appreciate that because most people only see me as being the person that does Tyler Perry stuff. Have and Have Nots, If Loving You Is Wrong, Sisters, Zatima, The Oval, House of Pain, and the list goes on. So I was like not at all confident in doing a soap opera because if you are on my main channel, you know how much content I produce and how quickly. So I'm like, how in the world am I going to review 5 episodes a week? And I said, okay, if my views don't really go up, I'll just like do a once a week thing where I'll do like one big video doing all the episodes in one. But thankfully I stuck in there. I said, I'll give it to like episode 45 or 50. Thankfully the views kind of went back up and well, things are going well. But hey, it's the years of experience of reviewing the Tyler Perry stuff and Greenleaf and some other shows that I know about the importance of paying attention to details. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I miss stuff. And thankfully, the comments section does a good job of pointing it out. So, yeah. They should recast Martin. I don't care for the actor. I have to disagree. I actually like the way he plays the character. I try to watch Papa's House, but I'm with you. It's not that funny. Yeah, they tried way too hard. Now, there were a couple of good episodes, but yeah. Why nobody likes Martin, I can't imagine another person playing him. Same here. I love Beyond the Gates, simple, to the point, no commercials on Paramount Plus. See, the first 10-ish episodes, I watched it live, and my reviews would be up less than an hour after the episode dropped. But I hate commercials. So I'll wait till like 6 o'clock. I watch it on Paramount Plus at double the speed, meaning that I'm done with an episode in like 20 minutes. Of course, I do have to pause because sometimes I got to take like really intense notes. But yeah, Tomas reads like an AI prompt. He needs to be recast. See, that's the thing. I disagree. I think Tomas does a good job with the role because to me, he's more stiff when he's with Kat, but he's more loose when he's with Eva. That's just my opinion. Like to be completely honest, I don't mind Ashley and Derek. I know they're probably the least liked characters in the show. Some people say like, oh, they have to put some white people in there. I like their characters. It's kind of a nice balance because to me, Derek and Andre are supposed to be polar opposites. You got Derek, who's the straight-laced, nice guy, who's the guy you bring home to mom, but Andre's that dude who's like, he lives on the edge and he's spontaneous. So Ashley has to choose. It's like, do I want straight-laced white bread or do I want cinnamon toast? See what I'm saying there? Shanice is one of my favorite characters and I love her. She's one of my favorite characters because they know how to use her in small doses. Because as much as I love Danny, I do feel at times they do too much for her character. We got Vanessa, Joey, and Pamela for a white quota. Yo, Vanessa, I love her. She's awesome. Joey, I know he's like a soap vet, but he plays his role pretty good. I'm glad that we're getting more Pamela scenes because low key, Vanessa was introduced in like the series bios, the character bios, as Nicole's best friend. Yet for the longest time, we saw Vanessa and Danny hang out more than Nicole and Vanessa. And of course, Vanessa and Danny are next door neighbors. And then Pamela randomly shows up and she's supposed to be Danny's bestie, but I wasn't buying it. But I'm glad we're seeing more of her character now. I feel like Shanice should be a main character. You see her more than Tomas. True. Tomas reminds me of Therese on New York Undercover. Who's Vanessa? She's the white chick that Joey is flirting with and is always messing around with other dudes. She's the woman married to Doug. Are there any characters on the series you'd like them to do more with? I can't really say for certain because, like I said, the first few weeks was just Bill and Danny. But as time went on, we've been getting more of Doug and Vanessa. Ashley and Derek disappeared for a while, but they've kind of come back now. Vernon and Anita, I think, would be good to see more of. But like I said, this show is 5 episodes a week, like 20 plus episodes a month. I'm sure we will get to more of these characters. Yeah, I love the hospital crew too. Wait, who's Vanessa? You mean Vanessa? Oh, Vanessa. Okay, listen. My mom's name is Vanessa. I addressed this in some of my early reviews, but you had to go over to my first channel for that. Here's the reason why I say Vanessa or Vanessa weird. That is my mom's name. If you grew up in a black household, you do not call your parents by their first name. So saying her name feels incredibly weird to me because I'm not used to saying it. So if you listen to my reviews and it's like Vanessa or Vanessa, it throws me off. Thank you. You noticed how I say it. That's why I cannot say it correctly. I cannot say it correctly. I want to see more of Haley when she's not just sleeping with Bill. I hate that she's only doing that. Like, I want to see more of Haley in terms of interactions with characters. I noticed how you say Vanessa. How long do you think Leslie will run amok before she's charged with running Laura off the road? It's going to be a while. They got to stretch it out. Relax. I'm just messing with you. I figured it's your accent. Yeah, it's a little bit of that, I guess. I like the new Ted. Doug kind of surprised me as a character. I didn't think I'd care as much about him. Yeah, same here. And as someone who plays the online Virginia lottery a lot, I can relate to him on some level. I'm not an addict though, but like, I know when to stop. Like, I got like a set amount like I'll play with. Because don't get me wrong, there are times I would go into the store and buy like $1,000 of scratch offs. YouTube pays good money, but yeah, I switched to online just because it's more convenient, and I did win 20 grand one time. That was it was on my birthday, so that was cool. But wait, did I tell? Yeah, I told this story in one of my reviews. It was the episode where Andre found the scratch off ticket, gave it to Doug, and it was 50K, and then this dumbass blew it all in the horse track. Also wanted to make Haley not an airhead. Yeah, at first she was like blissfully naive. Oh, I just want to become, appreciated in the community. No. Somebody said Eva and Haley. Yeah, they need to meet. They would actually hit it off pretty well. If Jacob is in the intro, why not Doug? I don't know how they determine who gets put into the intro. At first, I thought the intro would change according to the episode, like the characters who are in the episode or have a big role will be in the intro, and it switches per week, but it doesn't do that. It's kind of like in Family Matters how Myra was in the intro, but not Maxine, and Maxine was in way more episodes. Only actors on contract are in the intro. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. I did not know that. I really hope they expand on the connection with Haley and Derek. That would be interesting. I like their scene together. It was brief in the diner, right? It was in the diner one morning. Okay. Hey, I know I missed some comments. I want to try to go through them real quick. I would like to see Haley with Naomi, Jacob, Derek, and Ashley. Okay. Did anyone else notice a mildly strange interaction between Naomi and Kat? Oh, when it came to like, do you want some coffee? No, I'm fine. It's almost like Kat has a I'm above you attitude with Naomi, but I don't know. I feel like she treats everyone that way. It wasn't necessarily a Naomi, I look down on you. It's just that Kat is so used to people doing stuff for her. So when she asked if she wanted coffee, she was talking to Jacob and she assumed it was her, which is kind of funny because I look at it. Naomi is the older sister, whereas Chelsea and Kat are, I guess, around the same age and they're besties. So yeah, Naomi, I don't know. I do know a lot of people picked up on that though. The scene Haley had with Derek a couple weeks ago. Yep. Okay. What do you think about Naomi giving Kat a little brush off? I don't think she likes Kat. It's just that Kat thought that Naomi was offering her something and she wasn't. And not to mention, look at the fact that Naomi was concerned about June. So whatever Kat had going on wasn't really on her radar. It would be a good storyline if Joey got seriously injured. Oh, I like that. What if that is a Bobby Wob 13? What if Joey got seriously injured and Doug is the only surgeon available to save his life? And we know next week he's going to catch Joey and Vanessa at the diner again. So and remember, he kept telling Randy, I don't need a surgeon. It's what Doug can get me via his wife. So I'd love that. I'd love that because then it's a matter of Doug breaking his oath. Well, it depends on will his hand be healed though before the injury. There's a difference now because if he's injured, he'll be in the room guiding the other doctors. But I like that. I like that. I like that. I got to jot that down. Okay. I'm just catching up on comments. Did you notice how they added a bit more bass in the intro on the last episode? It's really so. No, I didn't. I was just looking to see if Keith got at it, and he did. I think Eva and Kat are twins. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, right? Like after her dad's better than her dad, she thought. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she even told Chelsea, yeah, I'm sorry if I sounded condescending when your dad, cheated on your mom. Kat is self-righteous. Yep, sanctimonious. Yep. Naomi seems like she could take or leave Kat. Martin seems to be the cousin Naomi likes. Yeah, because he's the older sibling. And that makes complete sense. There are dynamics like that in my family, too. I thought she offered both of them coffee, so I didn't understand why she was so snippy. That's kind of what it sounded like. I like everyone. They all complete the show to me. D Battle, I feel the same way. Like, there isn't anybody I'm like, yo, get them off the show. No, that's the thing. If you've been deep diving into Tyler Perry content like me for over a decade now, when shows like this happen, where every character plays an important role, obviously, Derek is less important than Danny, but at the same time, he plays a necessary part. I did pick up on Naomi and Kat. The way Jan was talking, I think Joey might be Ashley's dad. That would be pretty wild. I don't mind Ashley and Derek as much as some people do. I could take or leave them. They can be a bit dry, but so can any of them. I even found myself fast forwarding Vernon and Anita the other day. What's up with the guy sneaking around listening to the gossip at the diner? I don't know yet. I don't know. He does seem interested. I mean, he left as soon as Martin and Vernon did. Jacob is a police officer. Naomi owns her own law firm, but we never see it. I'm hoping at some point we get a Leslie and Joey villain team up. Yeah, that'll be pretty interesting. Somebody said the sneaky guy is named Kenny. The redhead, I think you mean Pamela. Yeah, I feel like Kat's going to have some growth later. A lot of people are saying that Sam needs to be recast because the actress is too old. Look, I grew up watching Power Rangers, and it blew my mind finding out a bunch of the actors were in like their mid-20s playing teenagers. Not to mention, I grew up watching Grease, and you look at that movie, and they really thought that they could pass some of these actors off as teenagers, high school students. I've been watching you since season 1.5. I appreciate that. Kat's character is solid. Yes. I'm okay with Ashley and Derek. I just think they do a better job having to interact with the rest of the characters. Yeah, I mean, they're only really connected to Naomi and Jacob with occasional interactions with other characters like Andre, but Plus, if you take Ashley out of the equation, who is Naomi going to hang out with outside of the family and her husband? Samantha's so adorable. Yeah. If you watch my sister's content, you know that after Jasmine got killed, I swore I would not have celebrity crushes anymore. But this show is full of attractive women. I gotta admit, the young and the old. I gotta admit, the young and the old. I think Samantha's cute. Naomi is probably my favorite. Probably. Kat is just fine. Chelsea, her character personality is kind of ditzy though. Plus, she's down with some freaky stuff. Danny, Vanessa, like, oh crap, she got her moments. Yo, also, side note, she needs to be careful. Like, apparently, she has clients, if you will, outside of realtor stuff. She's gonna mess around and she's gonna get involved with the wrong one. I mean, first it was Diego who just disappeared. Hang on. Sorry about this. My mouse freezes on me. It's so annoying. I know some of the characters look older than their character is supposed to be. I don't really let that distract it from me, but sometimes I can't not notice it. It's just not an important part of my reviews, you know? Yeah, Diego was like possessive, and then this new dude, Cody, obviously there's some sort of like submissive and domineering dynamic that Vanessa has with him. Kind of want to know what she did with her foot though. But dude around, that's man. I feel like Haley and Eva looks. Hang on, I feel like Haley and Eva look the best. Yeah, I did look up Carla's resume. Yeah, she's been in the game before. Kat reminds me of Carrie Hilson. Thank you. She did remind me of someone. I couldn't put a name to it. Yeah, Naomi's makeup. Don't get me wrong, I love Naomi since episode 1, but like the longer hair and all, I'm like, whoa. Oh yeah, and if you remember from my reviews, I was so pissed off that they dropped the storyline of Naomi and Bill going to court. Yeah, her name is Lauren something. I forgot the last name because she was in some Tyler Perry stuff. The scene with Leslie Dana when she was watching a movie, I actually thought it was funny, like her of all people acting scared, and then there was a knock on the door. I think the guy who sat down, the real estate agent at the restaurant, is the Mosley mystery guy. The what? The Mosey? Or do you mean Martin or Mosey? Vanessa needs to get tested. Oh yeah, where's Diego? Go Diego. I heard the new Ted was offered the role first, but had other commitments. Oh, okay. Seeing the change of actors, actors a dozen times. It was so funny with how tickled by the character. Oh yeah, it kind of felt like that. Richardson will now be played by Keith D. Robinson. I love that. It was cool because I've heard of it, but I've never experienced it. But I've never experienced it. It's kind of like growing up in the '90s and early 2000s and television shows. Like if you missed the theme song, it just killed the mood. Like Transformers, Power Rangers, Pokemon. If I missed the theme song, I don't care how good the episode was, I was pissed off. Captain Planet, like you had to listen to it because it set the tone. But for that one, because they did it twice already. Leslie opened the door. The role of Ted Richardson will now be played by Keith D. Robinson. Ah, he said the thing. I ain't gonna lie, I still smile whenever I see product placement. Yeah. I wonder when we'll see Doug and Vanessa's college age kids. Good question. Nosy mystery guy. Knows. Oh, okay. Let me read. I think the guy who sat down with Vanessa at the restaurant with the foot fetish is the mystery guy. No, this is a different. Okay, Mr. Raven, if you're talking about the guy who was off by the window listening to like Jan and Leslie and Vernon and Martin, that's a different character from Cody who approached Vanessa's booth in the last episode. They do look alike though. It's just a facial hair. Yeah, I don't know who that mystery guy was. Tide and Farees every time. Yeah, fun fact, I cannot use all. I cannot use Tide, nor can I use Irish Spring soap. Allergic reaction to it. My skin will break out. So whenever I see Tide, I do smile because of product placement, but I also know like I cannot use that stuff. I use Purex. The more you know. Leslie Dana seems less attracted to the new man. Y'all crazy. Those guys look alike. Yeah, they kind of do. Hey, T, what's up? Who was the eavesdropping guy? I don't know. I wish I did. The character who plays Ted is regularly in the character. The character who plays Ted is regularly in Daphne's IG. No bad blood. But the character who plays Ted is regularly in Daphne's IG. No bad blood between the two. I don't know of any drama between the cast. I honestly don't. So, like I always say in my reviews, I'm not here to start rumors about, oh, this is why Maurice left. I have no idea. I love how they do the product placements. Yeah, it's just a tongue-in-cheek moment. It's just like watching a movie. Like, what was it? The live action Power Rangers, Krispy Kreme donuts, the Fighting Temptations, Pepsi. I think the mystery guy probably got something to do with Martin in his dreams. Same here. Leslie needs to be out in the cell quickly, and Kat needs to direct most of her anger to Leslie and less on Eva. Yeah. Do you think Martin killed Leslie's husband? No. The guy is an undercover journalist. That is possible. I would hear it on Young and Restless. That's how old I am. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, nothing against that. I mean, that's pretty cool. Obviously, Kat is pissed off for multiple reasons. Eva betrayed her family. And I'm with Kat, though. Yeah, she's bougie in her way of telling people about the wrong way to do it. But she was absolutely right that, look, the family we're still dealing with the fallout of letting an outsider into our world, aka Haley. So why so quick to like not just add Eva to your office, mom, but you made Eva low key your own daughter, and as a result, it blew up in your face. When is Freddy Krueger going to show up in the dreams? I feel like Martin might have ran somebody over. Yeah, let's see what color your money is. We're getting a little more each episode. well, every dream sequence of that event. You should use 7th Generation products that are plant-based. Um, I did try this one particular soap because it's kind of a hereditary thing where I kind of get boils in places. And I use this particular soap that is like, I can't remember the brand, but my dad uses it, my cousin uses it, and they say, hey, this helps out with any kind of like growths you might have. It made me break out something fierce for like 4 days, and I had to give it away. I cannot use it. So I am very, very iffy on certain plant-based stuff. And I know it's some good, like chemical-free stuff, but my skin can't take it. So I use Dove sensitive skin soap and Old Spice body wash. So yeah, that's why I got to be very careful about what brands I use for like washing my clothes or when I shower or take a bath. Um, Danny got on my nerves lately. Oh yeah, her and Anita. Now Anita talking to Ted because Ted's issues came to her front door when Leslie came by. That makes sense. But in terms of like, you will never be a Dupree. I'm like, well, freak y'all then. Like, don't get me wrong though. She messed around with Nicole. I get that. That's why they're pissed. But the nonstop, it felt like Eva was getting the brunt of what was going down when actually Leslie should be the one getting the most flack. And I'm with Kat though. Like, I don't feel sorry for Eva getting backlash for what she did. I feel bad for her when her mom turned her back on her. Tomas is going to get with Eva, I think. Anita was fiery in the promo. Yeah, with Tracy. Something about the band. Oh, what if that's part of the reason why they broke up? Not just that Anita went solo, but maybe she stole one of her, Sharon's man or something. I thought that Martin might have been an accident because of the red light. I thought the red light was just from like the brake lights on the car or the signal lights on the car. Yeah, that's one thing that threw me off. You had Anita and Danny constantly telling Anita and Danny telling Eva, you will never be a Dupree. Why didn't they tell Leslie that she's not one? Yeah, that only works if she's Nicole's daughter. Eva should have put Danny in her place. I dislike Danny more than any other character. For me, I think one of my favorite moments with Danny was when that one woman from the fundraiser told her she was no longer part of the board, because while she went viral, it was for all the wrong reasons. And like, how in good faith could you be the head of a scholarship committee to be a positive inspiration to the next generation of college students, yet you did what you did. Now, I did feel like they did Danny dirty, though, by using her to get that fashion fundraiser and then discard her. It's been a chill day so far. I did cook dinner and whatnot. The light seemed to be a police or ambulance, possibly. Eva needs to suffer in order to be redeemed. She can't just... I do like that, though, that she has to go through an quickly, but I kind of see why he did it. Yeah, I feel like Nicole going through something makes it like, haha, I guess you didn't have to pitch. Makes it like, haha, I guess you didn't have to pitch a perfect marriage after all. Danny looks like a smiley. Wait, what? Smiley face? I do like how in the opening intro, like one face is her just smiling like she's innocent, but then the other face is like a, dark intentions. And it kind of fits her character well. Danny looks, man, she fine. I don't know what you're talking about. She's one of those natural beauties. Even Vanessa as well. Like when she was in the hospital for the food poisoning, no makeup, she still looked good. Haley's adorable because she's so small. I don't know what it is. I just love that. But I don't really buy her and Bill being married because it just feels so awkward. It's not really just the age thing. It's just like there isn't really the burning passion between them that we get whenever Bill and Danny are in a fiery scene together. Leslie needs to be locked up somewhere. Agreed. I'm with Vernon. The fact that she's too much of a loose cannon to just have walking around. Danny is a hater. She's jealous that Bill didn't fight for her the way Ted did for Nicole. Ooh, that I like that take. I like that take. Yeah, since I do 5 reviews a week, I don't really do as many discussion videos as I do with the Tyler Perry stuff, but I do have um 1, 4. Damn. Yeah, I got about 12 Beyond the Gates videos to do this weekend. Edit. Haley is so small. Yeah, she's like mini size Snickers. But I remember she was in her and Martin were both in Zatima. I think Leslie had an affair with Bill. I wouldn't put it past him, but I'm gonna say no. And kind of like what Ted said, Leslie back then wasn't who she is now. So she's very petite. Thank you. That's a good word. Haley had more chemistry with Jacob. Oh, yeah. I remember when she spotted him in the diner. I'm like, is she going to try to make a move on Naomi's man next? I wonder, will they hook up Nicole with that new doctor that saved Leslie out the closet? What's his name? Carlton. Yeah, he has been having his eye on her. I don't think Bill is really into his new wife. Haley is a trophy wife. It's almost like a F you, Danny. I can find it elsewhere. I don't remember her. She was Valerie. She was in a couple episodes of season 1 and a couple episodes of season 2. She was the realtor that got Deja to move in. I'm 4'7", so I'm small too. Ooh, nice. Leslie, Dana, Sherry, Sheila from The Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah, but I thought it was funny. Martin and Malcolm. Wait, which one is Malcolm? I'm having a brain fart. Malcolm. Which character is Malcolm? I know I'm probably going to kick myself, but sometimes when I'm recording, I'm like, wait, I know one episode review, somebody's like, I know you meant Eva, but you kept saying cat. Sheila Carter. Oh, Vanessa gets busted. Yo, I'm. Okay, yeah. Martin Luther and Malcolm. Oh, yeah. Because it's easy to get the names confused. He plays Malachi in Zatima. He plays Martin in um uh Beyond the Gates. Jasmine looks way more beautiful and gorgeous than Danny. Wait, Jasmine who? Are we talking Jasmine from Sisters? I want Debbie Morgan to play Anita's sister. I hope Vanessa gets busted for all the affairs. I'm so confused. I know she said her and Doug have an arrangement where they both live separate lives, but are we to assume he doesn't know about all of her partners? I found out the other day Haley is Life Jennings' baby mama in real life. Oh, wow. Yeah, Danny looks good. Oh, Jasmine from Sisters. I think Haley and the homeless lady are sisters. I think something might happen between Nicole and Doug. Well, that would be kind of messed up because that's her best friend's husband. Oh, yeah, when Vanessa was giving Ted a hard time and Doug was like, well, you didn't do the same thing for Bill. I think June is the mother of the twins. Oh, you mean Martin and Smitty's adopted kids? Yes, yeah, I know it's TV and one-off villains, but who knows? Why won't Doug and Vanessa just divorce? Probably for, I don't even want to say for public appearances. It kind of doesn't matter. I'm with Nicole. Is Vanessa paying the foot guy or is he? He's obviously paying her. The foot guy. I ain't gonna lie, Vanessa looks like she got some skills in more ways than one. Yeah, she's on Beauty and Black, so she cool. I really believe Vanessa's on some 50 Shades of Grey dominatrix. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, she's freaky like Chelsea. I don't know. She's probably not down for the threesomes with another woman, but yeah. Is Chelsea a lesbian? I don't know. I don't know. I think she even told Kat she's what, like, bi or experimental. So I think Vanessa and Doug are in an open marriage. Yeah, look, there are so many terms for like sexuality and different layers of a relationship or marriage. I don't even know. I don't even know. So Vanessa buys. Oh yeah, that's right, because she got the escort number on speed dial that Joey actually runs. So she's doing more than selling and buying properties. I hope they do not do that. Eva and Chelsea. Like, I mean, it's weird enough that it's Danny and Andre. And yeah, I know he's not a Dupree and related and yada yada, but seeing them together, despite the chemistry they have, it's almost like a very Brady sequel where Marsha and Greg try to do stuff and they're like siblings by marriage. Is weird. Chelsea says she's bisexual. Okay. All right. I think she said something like that. I can't remember for certain, but if it's canonical, then okay, she's bisexual. What if Eva is oh yeah, I read that comment already. These characters are freaky. It's a soap. It's a daytime soap, so they can only do with so much. I did like that. Is Vanessa paying the foot guy, or is the foot guy paying her? Given the world we live in today, where fetishes are such a commonplace and foot fetish is one of the most common ones, trust and believe he is paying her. The actor playing Leslie is exceptional. Only what is needed to have realistic consequences. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. It's just one of those things where, hey, she's a cackling villain. They have no chemistry. Who are you talking about? Vanessa is nasty and Doug has no common sense. Let me put it this way. Vanessa's activities outside of the marriage aren't as bad as Doug's because her actions aren't necessarily impacting him. Doug fell into Joey's trap, and now that could freak up his wife's business. My question is, what would Joey do if Doug and Vanessa got a divorce? Because something tells me if they got a divorce because they just don't love each other like that anymore, I don't really see either one paying spousal support. It's like, hey, you know what? We had a good run. We're done. Andre was playing with her kids and probably spent a lot of time at the house growing up. Naomi called her sort of her cousin. Yeah, I know, but it's kind of weird. In Soapland, anything is possible. You got that right. A lot of sense. Yeah, because those kind of people have meetups with some of their biggest customers. So that universal love, that is an interesting theory that might actually make a lot of sense. Doug be fantasy. Yeah, Vanessa has sex fantasies. Doug has gambling ones. Man. Give the new Ted more time. Maybe he'll grow on you. When will we see Doug and Vanessa's kids? I don't know. Yeah. Dang, we've been here for almost an hour. This has been a good live stream. Good live stream. Also, I said I did a Cassie and Diddy video. It's not that long. It's just like it's been force fed. Like, you cannot escape. If I had to hear the term freak off one more time this week, I was going to just scream. because no matter what platform you went on, social media, TV, you were going to hear about it. Oh man, do you still watch, bruh? No, I watched and reviewed every episode. I'm just kind of pissed off because it's like, so Sisters gets another spinoff, but the OG spinoff can't get a proper conclusion. Oh man, it felt good. You mean Martin and Kat's dad? I even believe Haley played a dancer in P Valley. Oh wow. I believe Allison will leave Craig for Chelsea and there'll be a couple. Oh yeah, the married couple that Chelsea's been hooking up with. I didn't know Bro was still airing. No, what was it? Season 4, right? 10 episodes and that was it. Bruh still come on? What do you mean it come on? Unless it airs on BET, folks. Season 4, those last 10 episodes, that was it. That was it. This new Ted all I see is Effie over Dream. Look, to me, he will forever be Joel, the green Lightspeed Power Ranger. And yes, I do know he was on Dreamgirls, but I will always relate him to the Power Rangers. Karen even asked one time if he had one, but he said no. And as a guy who doesn't mind rubbing women's feet, I know they like it, so hey. Yeah, bruh done. That ended what, 2024, 2023? No, it was 2024. Yeah, it was 2024. Yeah, but I think one of my favorite talking points today was the 3 episodes a week because yeah. Hey, sometimes you can have 5, but not every week has to be 5. Is Karen still pregnant? Yeah. She allegedly her water broke in the finale. So she should, in theory, give birth during the opening of season 9. But turtleneck teddy bear. No, I don't know why Maurice was swapped out. At least they didn't get okay, yeah, Booker, I agree. At least they didn't swap Ted for a light-skinned actor. Clark University. I think the new Ted is doing just fine. It's only been 2 episodes. I like what I've seen so far. Haley's not from P Valley. Okay. Yeah, I never watched that show. I feel like P Valley is like Euphoria. Fans want more, but the wait has been so long, they don't care anymore. Yeah, some people like If Loving You Is Wrong better. Wonder if they will implement. Yeah, I don't know. I know that they're filming season 10 right now. But the KJ pregnancy would be interesting to see. Like I said, if they do an Andy pregnancy, they got to do a time jump. They got to do a time jump because it's going to be funny if KJ is showing. Yet, of course, her baby bump looks obviously realistic, but far better than Karen's baby bump for like the past 3 seasons. Facts on P Valley, kind of like Euphoria. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see Tracy. Yeah, I want to know exactly about the band breakup. The articulates. The new Ted's a good actor, but he doesn't look sophisticated like Turtleneck Ted. Yeah, you know what? That is a very interesting way of breaking it down. I lost interest in P Valley. Sharon is still mad at Anita. The product placements are funny but kind of corny. I think they should use the modeling of Martin's daughter to do like commercial scenes. Why do they always portray? I don't know. I can't answer that question. Why do they always portray black gay men as feminine like Martin? Doesn't he seem like the more masculine of him and Smitty though? Like I said, I can't really relate to that community, so I don't know what the a couple dynamic would look like. So, but I do make a point to say in my videos that I like how in Beyond the Gates you have two men married, but in my personal opinion, Smitty and Martin, their characters are not defined by their sexuality, like in a Tyler Perry show. So that I do appreciate. Do you think Lynn Whitfield would play a character on the series? Oh, she would fit in good. She'd fit in good. Heck, if she could sing, I could see her as Sharon. Yeah, don't worry about this. Was an impromptu live. I know I said if I would ever go live, I would let you know, but this was a well, you know what? Why not? It's been a long time. Did you comment on June yet? I think I did. I don't look. It's been an hour. I forgot. Smitty is the house husband. Who do you think the sketchy guy? Yeah, I don't know. Like 10 people asked me that. I don't know who the person was listening in at the diner. The scene with Vernon trying not to sing had me laughing because yeah, he can sing in real life. I know, and he's a songwriter. Yo, just thank the Lord for House of Pain. That has blown the channel up. I should have hit 80 million views, but I have not uploaded more videos, so it's kind of slowed down. Whoops. I need 75,000 more views. I got the content to reach. I just need to post it. Yeah, but even Marcel needs to show up, but she's not. She's not. Also, are Anita and Naomi actually playing the piano? Funny, the June like being in the hospital. I do find that it's pretty stupid that she wants to go back to the other past like a dumbass. Yeah, she liked being in the hospital, but not the hotel or shelter. Well, they couldn't find a shelter. They went directly to a hotel. Get Thelma from A-Man to play Vernon's ex-wife. That would be pretty wild. Oh, yeah, because I know they got married in the show, and then the final episode was when they had their first kid. Dang, that takes me back. She does play the piano. Yes, never can say goodbye. Yep, this was a good live tonight. Thank you. Thank you. I will try to do these more frequently. It's been a few weeks. Yeah. Well, since, I think I did an Easter live stream on my main channel, but I like Naomi's hair. I like Ashley's hair too. I'm sorry. I just see the thing is Ashley is a twofold for me because number one, my first girlfriend's name was Ashley. She was not white though. Number two, I had a friend in college who was white and a nursing major who went on to go into nursing, and we were very close. We never dated, but we kept in touch for years. She even came by my apartment and spent the weekend. We went out and did stuff. But then after that, just stopped talking to me, which was weird. So Ashley to me is like a double tier crush, but I'm biased. Naomi is too invested in June. She isn't a public defender and isn't getting paid for this. If June doesn't want her help, she could force her. That is a very good point. Ashley's hair is better. She still don't want her with Andre. I love Vernon and Anita. Yeah, me too. Can't wait to see where they're going with June's storyline. Yeah, like I said, I'm just pissed off. They dropped the shady detective and the Naomi versus Bill storyline. Ashley is adorable. Yes. Wait, can you review? I gave up on Ruthless in season 3, and yes, I still review The Oval. Sadly, I do. Look, I ain't gonna hold you. When a show loses my interest, I stop watching. Unless it's like a top tier banger on my channel. Then I'm like, the money is too good to give up. So, plus I got bills. Also, not to get political, but I have noticed that tariffs have taken effect, and freaking Amazon, the prices on stuff I bought like on Tuesday have gone up dramatically. And Lord knows what grocery prices are going to look like in the near future. So yikes. I hope Andre doesn't get with Ashley. I don't know why Andre is interested in her. It just seems like a woman he has yet to conquer. I don't see long term in their future. That is just my opinion. I did not like Jacob at first because him and Andre look too much alike. So I'm like, wait, is this Andre? Nope. Then I got to go back in my notes like, damn it, that was Jacob. um, yeah. Plus, they kind of hooked up Jacob's story to Naomi with June. So yeah, maybe the detective is coming back. I need for Kat to snitch about Leslie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, checking the cameras would make too much sense. Taraji. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did do a trailer breakdown for Straw. I just not have posted it yet. It looks like John Q. Why is Miss Ella being a hypocrite? Save the Tyler Perry stuff for my other channel. Save it for the other channel. Am I the only one who thinks like Laurence Tate? Yeah, he kind of does. He kind of does. I love them too. My new Victor and Nikki Newman, lovely couple, but wait for it. Jacob's daddy's fun. Ashley's adorable. Yeah, she is. I know she's married in real life though. So she has a cute puppy. I love when actors show their animals on stories. I will always adore dog pics. I'm a dog person. I don't know why. Look, it's 2025, but it is incredibly commonplace now. I am not a pets in the house person. I did not grow up like that. Dog, cat, no, not in the house at all. So I know it's common, and it's my take is the minority, but that's just how I grew up because I live in like the country and whatnot. So fleas and ticks are common, and plus, like my dad had like a dog pen, a wide area with a gate around it where he would have his dogs. One time, I forgot. Well, I think he got some fleas on him and got in the house, and they had to like redo the entire carpet. This was when I was like 10, and from that point on, I have always been nope. I mean, obviously, things like I never had these animals, but like a hamster or a fish, things like that, duh, they're in cages or a bowl. But in terms of flat out puppies or cats outside, that's not, yeah. Did you see? I saw like 5 minutes of the live stream. I did not watch the whole thing. Yeah, I know Cat's getting married. Martin doesn't seem feminine to me, neither does me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was a Tyler Perry show, because the way gay men are portrayed in Tyler Perry, it's usually thirsty, in your face, obnoxious, and I've said this time and time again over the years, there have been LGBT viewers of my content that will point out in the comments, yeah, I don't like how Tyler depicts our community, that kind of thing. So that's why I say I like how Martin and Smitty are written where their sexuality is not who they are. That's why I like it. Yeah, probably killing somebody. That's the big secret. Yeah, they're handling their mess together so well. So far. I know, didn't Vernon say, well, maybe sometimes she'll get tired of hearing herself talk? Thank you for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Trust and believe I do. I know I need to get my Patreon up and running again. See, that's the thing I like about having this second channel because it can be anything I want it to be. My first channel, it has to be Tyler Perry until the inevitable inevitable day when I just stop talking about Tyler Perry stuff, but I don't think that will ever happen. I think June has multiple personalities. I think Leslie has multiple personalities. I wonder if Tracy was really flirting with Vernon. Anita don't play that. I feel like when Vernon's like, wait, do I have a say? Because maybe he wanted the flirting to stop. I mean, keep going. I completely forgot that the writers are women, and that makes so much. Holy crap! Thank you, Shauna. Thank you. I thank you for the donation. Yeah, guys, look, these super chats and whatnot, they go a long way. Because without your support, I wouldn't have been able to do YouTube for going on October this year will be 8 years since I've been doing this full time. So trust and believe. Any donation, and if you don't donate a cent, you watching my content, that helps bring in ad revenue. So thank you so much. Do you think Leslie will confess, frame Eva, or just keep quiet about the Laura situation? I think that she isn't going to railroad Eva, but she is not going to incriminate herself. Who's the actress portraying Tracy? Somebody mentioned it in my DMs. I have not read all my DMs today, though. I think Kat is really Leslie's baby. Some people have been saying to switch that birth thing. Some people have been saying to switch that birth thing. I do not know. Also, I don't know if anybody listening to this live stream would qualify, but if you are a person who is about to graduate, or if you have graduated this year, congratulations. Because I know it's graduation season. It's college graduation season, high school graduation season, wedding celebration season, people having baby celebrations. So just, yeah. I feel so sorry for Eva when everything was revealed, but I like how Ted embraced her afterwards. Agreed. I like how Kat called out Eva for trying to stop things at the very last second, to be like, I tried to stop it. No, you had plenty of opportunities. Or stolen at birth and she didn't know she had twins. Yeah, Eva, I mean, for her mom gaslighting her the entire time, on some level, though, I understand Leslie to an extent about not telling Ted, because keep in mind, Ted wanted the baby terminated. So why would she think going to Ted about Eva would be a good idea, especially with the alleged threats Bill made? Maria Howell. Cool. I swear, nowadays, like, there's just not enough hours in the day. It's like once I start getting, working on something, I'm like, dang it, now I gotta focus on something else. Sorry for the double messages. It's all good. If Martin killed Leslie's husband, would that be interesting to you? I mean, it would make the world smaller to keep things interconnected, but little brownie man killed my sorry ex-husband. My sorry husband. I believe the Duprees welcome Eva in, just give them time. Possibly. Honestly, I would not want to be a part of that family at all. You know what? I think that is a good take. Nicole using her. See, the thing is, Nicole is a therapist. So obviously, when she's on the receiving end of drama and needing to utilize what she knows, like knowing something to be true and believing something to be true are two completely different things. Yeah, people are saying all the time, like Nicole is Eva's mother. Yeah, my nephew graduates middle school on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going. That is not because I'm a bad uncle. He lived with me for like a freaking year, don't pay rent. But I don't like crowds, and my sleeping pattern has been crap. So graduation is at 9 a.m. So I would have to make sure I actually get a few hours of sleep. I know my mom and sister are going, and yeah, so I don't know. I might go. I don't know yet. I do get paid on Wednesday, so I don't know. I'm a little behind on Beyond the Gates. Yeah, Ted arrived on Thursday. So if you look at episodes 53 and 4, he's on there. I wish I knew that Tuesday's episode was the last episode for OG Ted, though. Yeah, the June photo, I want to know what that is. Obviously, it's old and ragged, and June doesn't necessarily know who's in the picture. She did say she feel good whenever she has it, though. Yeah, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Oh, yes, I did a video about a Different World spinoff. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not really. I grew up watching the show, but I don't love it. I mean, here's the thing. I have not watched A Different World in years. As someone who's been out of college for 10 years now, I will probably have a bet. You know what? I think watching A Different World as a alumni of a university, I think I will appreciate it way more than I did when I was a kid. Yeah, he's doing good. He's just ready for summer. But then again, summer time is flying. This year is flying by. I know people say it all the time, but time is seriously flying by. Before you know it, it's going to be time to get out the Christmas stuff again. Male streetwalker and covered it up. June lied. She knows who those kids are. She just wanted. Yeah, that is possible. She seems a bit off to me, though. Only way I'll watch if Debbie Allen has a part in it. Was she in the OG series? Wait, wasn't she a teacher, a professor? Nicole seems like she wants to talk and not blame Eva. Yeah, she said she doesn't hate her. That's the thing. You got people like Danny and Vanessa and whatnot. I said this in a video. I think I did a video. I said, will Ted and Nicole make it? In 1991. I remember saying, Nicole is a sensible and reasonable person. I think if given the time and without the outside influence of like her family, her and Ted would make it. I think, and I said this before it even happened. I said, it's the embarrassment. I think that is the worst part, not necessarily the big reveal. Yeah, it is flying by fast. I don't know what's going on. Like, where does the year have to go? Nicole is one of my favorite characters. I like that she's not in your face like Danny, but she's a very understand. That's what made it so hard to see her crying, because she's been nothing but good to everyone around her. And then for a character like her to have to suffer, it hurt to watch. It really did. Oh, she was a producer. Okay. One of the writers is a man. She needs to divorce Ted. I disagree. See, Bill's cheating was in real time because Danny said she looked the other way, but it wasn't until Haley and Bill got freaky under their own roof that they're like, freak this, I'm out. But the thing with Ted is like, it's been 20 plus years. I'm not saying that Nicole should just get over it. Absolutely not. But it's like Danny said, for the past 20 something years, he's been doing everything to be the best husband ever. So, just think things through. Nicole is very mature. Danny wants Nicole to forgive Ted at the moment of girls. She pretty much doesn't want her sister to go through what she's going through. And keep in mind, she's put up with Bill's trifling cheating for years. But the thing is, Ted, see, what makes it worse for me, and when looking at Ted, I thought it was a one-night stand, but apparently this affair went on for a while. As someone whose job is to come up with theories and figure out plot points, I can't judge people for ridiculous theories. Nicole is a good actress. Yeah, she is. What if Nicole? Ooh, that would be messed up. Yikes. But the thing was, she was having miscarriages, which led to Ted cheating. So keep that in mind. I'm Team Nicole and Team Cat too. Yeah. Nicole will forgive Ted because she loves him. Yeah, I'm glad Vanessa talked her out of selling the house immediately. Yeah, I mean, utilizing Martin as a cover to go, hey, honey, I'm going out for a while, but then he's going to cheat. Well, yeah, they'll probably sleep together, but obviously we know he's interested in more than just an affair with her. Chemistry is subjective. Okay, dang, it's almost been an hour and a half. Any other questions? Any other topics you want to talk about? Okay, I'll ask this question because I'm curious to see what the majority in this chat have to say. If you've been following the Diddy trial, do you think Cassie is innocent or do you think she should face some charges herself? Just throwing it out there. Is it me or has Derek and Ashley's involvement seem added on? You could argue that. The old, I don't think old Ted was bad. I mean, honestly, don't think he was bad. Hopefully, you'll work with Tyler Perry Studios. I doubt it because apparently, I don't know, the divorce sisters thing. That was not my fault. That was not my fault. The night Ted. Oh, do you think Leslie was putting something in the brownies? Ooh, damn. That was wow. Cassie's innocent. Diddy needs to be under the beat. Okay. I think Shanice will go after Doug. Mm, I mean, the only person we've really seen her have eyes for is Andre, and just tell Ashley, hey, if you and Andre get on, send that heartbroken firefighter in my direction. I think Diddy and Cassie was toxic. I'm more in the camp of it was 10 plus years. Okay, let me put it this way. I want to just give my quick opinion. I don't look at Cassie as a victim the same way I look at the underage girls with R. Kelly, because in that case, it felt like the parents were just tossing them to R. Kelly for fame and money, whereas Cassie was 22. So there you go. Shanice and Carlton. Oh, that would be interesting. I think Cassie is a product of circumstances. She may have been involved, complacent. Yeah, because I mean, some of the text and emails talking about how she didn't want Diddy involved with anyone else, freak off style and whatnot. I'm not saying anyone deserves the kind of like violence and stuff, but I think she even said in that video that went viral of the hotel beating, they were both extremely high on drugs, and she didn't want to be in that freak off. And just because on camera we caught him hitting her doesn't, I mean, let me say this, and I'm not trying to say Diddy's innocent. I'm not, and I'm not trying to defend Chris Brown for what he did to Rihanna, but keep in mind it was years later that we found out she was the one who initiated the uh the physical violence of what went down in that car. So I don't know. I don't know. So and at the end of the day, these are look, Shannon Sharp, Smokey Robinson, and I believe his wife too, both sued. Chris Brown arrested, DDG restraining order, the Diddy trial. It's like all these black men are boom, boom, one after another. So I don't know. Thank you, J. Marie. I said it at the beginning of the live. If I had to hear "freak off" one more time this week, I was going to lose it. Cassie was 19 when they got together. Nah, she was like 22. I don't know. I mean, they might not know exactly how freaky a person is, but they know that, hey, if I give it up to this person, I'll get that role. I'll get that record deal. I'll get that lead position in a movie. So, that's all I'm saying. But hey, like I said earlier, when it comes to the situation involving all these celebrities and these multi-million dollar lawsuits, that's way beyond my pay grade. I just know for me, I'm trying to keep up with these tariff prices so I can afford the basic necessities of life. But given that you cannot escape the pop culture landscape of high profile cases like this, I just wanted to ask a question about it. Bill Cosby, yeah. If it wasn't for her bringing this to the table, Diddy would still be on these streets. And this is my thing. And this is like, hey, he's a black man. And no. Diddy, if he's guilty of anything, it's being freaky. And there are hundreds of people in the industry who do what he do, if not worse. So I just hate it when they're fixated on one person, when if you're arresting this person for this thing, you should be locking them all up. Like Chris Rock's special was called Selective Outrage. If I were Cassie's husband, he's a stronger man than me. I will say that much, and I will leave it there. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, folks, this was a very good live stream. Like I said, we'll do this more often, and maybe next time I'll put. Oh yeah, I did see the community post. Overwhelming votes here. You all said, hey, keep the channel name the same. What is it, like 81% say My Kind of Entertainment, not Beyond the Gates Review? I hear you. It'll stay the same. I think it's a distraction from the policy. Yeah, it's all a smoke screen. Yeah, Cat Williams won't lying. Cat Williams won't lying. Yep. No, I'm only doing one, so I'm sorry. I can only do one. 2 is too much. It's like I said before, if I ever stop with the Tyler Perry stuff, then maybe I'll start reviewing another soap. But for now, Beyond the Gates is all you get. So, are you from Virginia? Virginia. All right. Well, with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, I got Beyond the Gates content dropping this weekend along with other stuff. Thanks to those who donated via Super Chat. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, go to the description box on all of my videos. You'll see links to my Cash App, PayPal. Maybe I might start channel memberships. YouTube keeps telling me to do that. It's just that I don't really have exclusive content. So I don't feel good taking people's money if I'm not offering anything. But if I come up with something, or if I just set up the memberships, feel free to do it, because for like $1, if I decide to do it, I will probably go as low as you can, which is like maybe $1 or $2, where whenever you comment, like you'll have a special sticker so I can like highlight your comments and respond to them. But I have been doing my best to reply to everybody on this channel to keep my videos in the algorithm. No, I didn't hear about the earthquakes. We had like a mini tornado in our area. Well, down near my mom's house. We had a bad storm here yesterday, but thankfully nothing happened. But down there, trees fell, the power went out for a few hours. So yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, hey, have a great night, and I'll catch you all in the next video.